So I thought it'd be fun to look to the future a little bit and assess what might an ideal electric car interface be. I think most of us have established that the future is electric, and in 20 years or so, when there are nothing but electric cars, I think one of the biggest downsides would be the idea of needing to continually plug in every time we park. And so this is one possibility. And it involves a lot of cooperation for the benefit of the consumer. So the first thing is on the map on the car, what will be seen are different places to park that are a combined. If parking is charged, then it's a combined parking and charging simultaneous station, and you can select a place based on the rate, the ability of supplying power, and also the rate of the cost per kilowatt. And of course, high-end retail outlets and things would probably want to provide complementary charging as one way to bring clients in. And so having a universal network, and this is something that would allow the cars to charge themselves, but would also allow people to maintain a private vehicle. So a universal network would be important so that all cars are communicating and receiving signals on the same network. The car would be set to give permission to charge up to the rate in speed agreed, so that would be preset. And as you get closer to the, as you get near the parking place, one would press the navigation button to go into the parking slot, and the car would position itself in the parking slot to be close enough to access this box. This box is probably around 2 inches high, with a rubber interface for wear and tear and tripping over and being driven into. It's bolted down into the concrete of the curb. It's above the curb just in cases of where flooding and water, etc., might need to use the curb at times. So it's above the curb, and the height of these chargers is standard. So there's a standardized height. It might be around 9 inches off the ground, give or take a few inches. And the front mode would look something like this, where there's two connectors, and they're divided, but the car can connect like here and right here, or here and right here. So there's about a foot of play either way in which to connect. And the power is turned on to these via the permission with the app, after checking credit card, etc. In an ideal scenario, the power would also be changed. You could have DC and AC versions all in this connector, and your car, based on its power consumption, based on its AC-DC or mix, would communicate the amount of power to be supplied. There would be a safety protection in the car itself. The car would back up, and two connection points would push themselves into this slot right here, and it would instantly start charging. And you're not pressing anything other than park and the charge button. And in situations where a lot of power is being used, you could bid for speed, at different rates, so that you're paying maybe twice as much as the next car, which is being charged twice as slowly, if there is any scarcity of power in that dynamic. It calculates the amount of power generated. That goes automatically on your bill, and whenever you get in, you just take off, and the hassle of the charge has been eliminated. I think that having an under as well as possibly a side port, could be an additional feature. If you needed an extra couple of feet because you had an unusual vehicle, you could have a coil underneath, the back area of the car to, just manually plug in there using the same feature, or as a backup if there was any damage. But this, I think, would be one of the biggest selling points, to not only not ever have to go to a gas station, to not only be constantly topped off and constantly at full range, but to not even have to plug in, manage a cable, anything like that.